Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing back another YouTube video. We've got so much to cover in this video, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. And we're going to start with Bitcoin price action. We're going to link it into the ETF that you might or might not have heard about and get back into everything that's going on. I've got some TA that I want to show you, but I'm going to change my TA style a little bit here, guys, because what I have been doing over the past few months is pointing out some day trades or swing trades that I think could be potential opportunities to make some cash. And now I may still do that going forward, but at the minute, it's a completely different stage of the market, guys. We're about to enter, in my opinion, the mania phase or the blow off top, where I personally believe, none of this is financial advice, remember, I personally believe that this is the time to be just stacking your Satoshis or your XRP or whatever and just hodling. Hodling, because I think it's about to get a little bit nuts in this market. I think we're going to see massive volatility swings both ways, and I think the best, most profitable thing to do at this point is hold, have a take profits plan, and execute that plan effectively. So if we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily, we've had a nice little pump up. We are creating some kind of bull flag here that I see we could push up and really start to challenge those all-time highs. Could we come down in the meantime? Yes. Could we retest this level here? Yes. Yesterday we had a nice little wick down on the hourly, which I really like the look of here. Boom, we had that hour bang down. We come down, we test this support level, and we use it to bounce. Could we come down and test it again? Yes, absolutely. This is all noise, guys. It's all noise. It's nothing. It's fucking... Oh, excuse my language. It's literally nothing. It's just noise. Don't let people fudge you out of this market. Right. Just before we get into anything else, I'm going to get into this ETF. So Bitcoin hovers near 6-month high on ETF hopes, inflation worries. Okay, so if the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, does not object, the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF completes a 75-day period since the fund manager filed plans. This could begin trading on Tuesday, which would be tomorrow. So there could be an ETF that starts trading, a futures ETF that starts trading tomorrow. Why is this good? Why is this bad? So it's going to bring a lot of eyes into the market. It's going to give institutions the opportunity to get some exposure to Bitcoin should they need it. They're positives. Negatives are they could short the market. On futures contracts, they can put a lot of downward pressure on the market and short the price of Bitcoin. And they could even manipulate it in a way where they could short it. They could short it on the futures and then be buying up discounted physical Bitcoins on the back of that. So we've got a lot to watch out for manipulation-wise. But what do I think is going to happen? Maybe we see a dump, maybe we see a push on the first day. Again, it's just kind of noise to me, whether we come down to the 702, sorry, is this 702? I don't know. The 702 here, there, the purple line, or the 786, bounce up from there. I don't know. Could we come down and hover on the 59,000? Could we just push straight up? What I think long-term or medium-term is going to happen is institutions are going to buy Bitcoin futures because they want to hedge against inflation. Essentially, I think there's going to be a lot more institutions long-term who see the longevity of Bitcoin and how the assets compound interest, 215% a year over the last 15 years or 10 years, rather than take a short-term gain on a spike or a short of Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. Because I think there's too much exposure to institutions, markets at the minute, to really crash the price with an ETF. But do I know for sure? No, don't have a crystal ball. But that's just my personal speculation on what I think the price is going to do. This is all noise in this area. This is why I'm saying day trades at the minute, bit dodgy. We've got so much news happening. I've got some other things to show you. There's so much news happening that crypto is just bullish, medium and long term. For me personally, my bags are sealed. I'm leaving them there, and I'm going to just check them in a few weeks to months time when they start hitting my take profit targets, which I've talked about in other videos anyway. So that's just where I am with this. I'm going to show you one thing on the total market cap of crypto on the weekly that I just wanted to show you, and then I'm going to get into some news really. Just because the TA side of it, like I said, day trading at the minute, who knows what's going to happen. It's all very speculative one way or another. So we've seen this as 3 white soldiers pattern, which is kind of a reversal. We've had tweezer bottoms with 3 white soldiers after that. So where have we seen that before? Let's show you 2 areas where we have. This is not a very neat chart. I'm sorry about that. There was 2 areas that I wanted to show you, obviously right now. Okay, here's one here. So this is 1, 2, 3 white soldiers, and we have the 4th, and we have a red correction, but we still push up. So what I'm basically saying is this is the top of the 3 white soldiers. From there, before we have a massive correction, how far do we run up? We run up a total of, if you want to go to the top of the wick, we run up 75% from there. Where else have we seen this? 1, 2, 3 here, and then we continue to run up, and then where do we have the correction from? Let's have a look from there. So we've got from here all the way up to here, and lovely, you can't see it, 39% move. So we've got between 75 and 39% move. So let's just average it out. Let's even say let's go conservative and say the 39% is where we move to. So where we're looking for the total market cap to go to from here, we're looking for at least 3.427 trillion. And whether that comes straight off the push like it did off this previous three white soldiers pattern that we saw, or whether we take this week as a retracement, come down, test the all-time high, previous all-time highs, or some previous swing high levels, and really push off from there. Who knows? Similar with Bitcoin, this is why I say it's all kind of noise. We may have a little short come out from the ETF, but then long term, I think, or longer term, it will start to push up from there. So what could we be looking for? 59,000 potentially, but as I said, it's on a coin's edge to me, like on a knife edge, or flip a coin, which way you think it's going to go here, because we could also come out and just absolutely rip from this. So one positive thing, like I was saying, is yesterday we had this wick down here. I really like this because we haven't back tested this previous support yet, and now basically we have. XRP is a better one for showing you this. Here, bang, come down, back test that support there, boom, touch the top of that, and out we come. Could we come down to this level again? Yeah, of course, double bottom in there, perfect, out we go. Let's have a look on ETH as well, same thing, previous supports here, boom, boom, come down, wick down, test that, out we come, and we're still hovering around these levels. I think Tuesday to Wednesday is where I think I could see us taking off. What happens between then, again, is noise. Could we have a correction? Of course. Could we have a pump? Of course. So for me, I've got my bags hodled. If you want more exposure to the market, look at your risk to reward ratio of what you're getting offered now in the markets, and just put it away and hodl it, is my personal opinion. So let's have a look and get into some other bits of news then. So this is what Lark Davis says, and it's an argument for that there could be a potential correction come in, that the markets are over leveraged. Bitcoin perpetual swaps open interest has hit a 6-month high. The dollar amount of contracts outstanding is approaching 18 billion, a number not seen since April the 14th. So if you have a look at this little chart here, it's from into the block. It's just showing that there are a lot of open interest in perpetual swaps on the market at the minute. So there's a lot that could be manipulated. Should this future ETF come out, people might want to manipulate the price one way or another. So there could be some kind of correction coming in the market. But I think there's the same argument you can have to the opposite side. So we'll see. And then we've got to get into some really important stuff. We're going to get into some XRP stuff now. But we're going to start with this HM Treasury announcement, which came on the 14th of October, which I think was Thursday or Friday. It's about, we've seen the Digital Pound Foundation. I showed you that in the last YouTube video. And now we're seeing Rishi Sunak, who is the Chancellor. I can't remember exactly his title, but he's like head of finance in the UK, something along those lines. I'm sorry for my politics knowledge. It's not great. I know who he is, but I just don't know the exact title of his. He's been in the G7 meeting, who the UK are currently president of the G7 as far as I'm aware. We've seen countries like, so in the G7 off the top of my head, it's like Europe, Japan, US, UK. They're the four that I can list off the top of my head, and the only reason I list them straight away is because we know Japan have ties with XRP, we know Europe have, and Banque de France have ties with XRP, we know the Bank of England have ties with XRP, and when I say XRP I mean Ripple, but also XRP as a neutral bridge asset, which is what the end goal would be. We know that they have ties with Ripple and XRP, and we also know the Federal Reserve have ties with Ripple and XRP, and a second or third XRP, there's 3 XRP partners in the Digital Pound Foundation. When I say XRP partners, I mean Ripple partners, but again, we are looking at XRP for the long term, guys. That's what we're looking at. So these speculative videos are becoming less speculative right now. Let's just see what Rishi Sunak has to say about the digital pound. It's very important if you've not seen this already. I don't know whether I can play it all, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. If I get striked on my copyright, I may have to remove this video, but let's have a little look.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. and governments and central banks across the world are working together looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK. The decision on whether to launch a central bank digital currency is for each country to make, and no G7 jurisdiction has yet made that choice. These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments. That's why working together and careful evaluation with our international partners is essential. In the UK, earlier this year, I announced a new joint task force between the Treasury and the Bank of England to look into a potential CBDC as a complement to cash and bank deposits. We're also hearing from firms, technology experts, and others. Under the leadership of the UK, this report today will help support and inform exploration of CBDCs in the G7 and beyond. With these principles, the G7 is leading an important step change in the global policy conversation. The report covers a range of important matters, such as financial stability, cyber resilience, energy efficiency, privacy, inclusion, and tackling illicit finance. These factors should all be considered when designing and potentially delivering a CBDC that would be fit for the future. Our shared objective is to ensure that CBDCs will be grounded in long-standing commitments to transparency, the rule of law, and sound economic governance. The G7 will continue its work in this important area, working with others to enhance understanding and use of these principles. We're excited to be taking a leading role with G7 members in publishing this exploratory work, bringing money and finance into the 21st century.
So that was Rishi Sunak himself talking about CBDCs. A lot of people are going to be opposed to this, saying, "Oh, I don't want it to happen." Don't worry about what you do and don't want, guys. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. They're not going to be putting out a public service announcement like this about CBDCs. I know they say in there that no one's made a decision on it. You really think they're going to be telling everyone about something they've not made a decision on? This decision has been made years ago. They already have this implemented. They probably just finished their talks about it this week. They're probably talking about when they're going to roll it out. This technology they know is going to be revolutionary and it's going to be implemented, because then I can't see them talking about something to the world that they're not going to implement. Why would they do that? It's a waste of their time. So that's just a thought process there, guys. I've been forward forecasting this for probably the last year. If you've been following my YouTube channel, I'm telling you what's going to happen. This is going to happen. Just be involved in the right techs and the right companies to profit yourself from it, whether you enjoy it, think it's good or bad, or whatever you think about it. You won't change it. You won't change it, and as sad as that sounds, you won't. But you may as well profit from it. So let's get into a bit more about XRP and what's going on in the case. So the SEC versus Ripple case, there has been this that's happened. So just added to our document, SEC exhibits Judge Torres requesting an extension. They basically want an extension, the SEC again, a secondary extension to January the 14th, 2022. And they've asked Ripple if they can have an extension until December the 22nd. And Ripple have said no. So now it's gone to the judge and we're waiting to see whether she approves or denies this extension. So what Jeremy Hogan has said, from what's clear of this motion to extend a discovery for 2 more months, is that the SEC filed a $1.4 billion lawsuit without setting aside the resources to prosecute it. If the judge grants it, the main part of the case won't be decided until March to May of 22, so that would be an absolute nightmare for us. But he said, my instinct, without reading Ripple's replies, the judge splits the baby and provides additional month of expert discovery. Judges never want to appellate court to hear lack of due process argument on the case. Or maybe she surprises me and keeps the SEC on track. But then Crypto J said this. Judge Torres denied the motion to intervene, and this is talking about John Deaton and the XRP holders, although granting amici status on the grounds that discovery in this action has already been extended, and the court is not inclined to permit further delay by granting intervention and prolonging discovery. Enough is enough. And then Hogan then affirms this and says, "A nice catch by Crypto J. From Judge Torres' prior order, discovery in this action has been blah blah blah. Let's see her be consistent." So we want to see consistency here from Judge Torres. We are all obviously interested in what's going on. I'm just going to show you this as well, Stuart. This is one of Ripple's counsel. He says, "Every litigator will tell you it's always the defendant, never the plaintiff asking to delay proceedings. Why would any plaintiff, let alone with unlimited resources, play a delay card?" So everyone's got their eyes on the SEC at the minute. There's also been an article that came out from the New York Times, basically slating the SEC as well. So my personal prediction on this is that the judge doesn't actually grant this. And if she doesn't grant this, we could see a huge pump in XRP. It's massively positive for Ripple and XRP. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I've not got a crystal ball. As I said, that's my personal prediction, just on the fact that she's already granted an extension before. As Jeremy Hogan says, he could see her granting half of the extension. But I don't really know what the SEC are trying to achieve from this. They're just trying to put pressure on Ripple. And everyone says, oh, they're trying to hurt the XRP holders. They're not trying to do that. At the very most, they're trying to line their own pockets. And I think it's most likely they're just trying to make Ripple feel uncomfortable in this lawsuit, to be completely honest. Don't get yourself too involved in this personally. You can sign up if you want to be involved in the suit, just to have your opinion represented by John Deaton. He's got 45,000 XRP holders who have done that now. But what I'm saying is, don't take it personally. It's just American law. They do normally take a long time. As you've got to think is while the lawsuit's going on, the lawyers are getting paid. So it's almost in both sides' best interest to keep it going on in a way. But with that being said, this is the final video I want to show you for today. It's from James Rule XRP. So if this doesn't make you bullish about XRP, I don't know what will. So let's just have a watch and see what he's saying.
You know I got to ask about the price, right? See, Jimmy was on the show back in February, and he made a crazy prediction about a deal in XRP going to something like $10,000 to $35,000 a coin. And, it's been one of the most watched videos in XRP in Twitter history. So what's the price and the proposed terms to the Fed?
Okay, well, I'll say it's in that range.
What? Okay. Come on, man. You got to tell me. Come on.
No, look, I know, James. I want to tell you, and frankly, we'd love to tell everybody what's in there. We'd love to share the whole term sheet with everybody, right? And frankly, in time, maybe we will. But look, you got to appreciate that we're in a process here. And, we hope this leads to the negotiation of the largest M&A deal in the history of the world. So we can't really expect our potential counterparty to engage with us if we're just blasting the proposed terms all over Twitter, right?
Right.
But it may come to that. That's not the path we want to take, but it might be necessary. And it might be necessary that a lot of other information comes out too that's not currently known by most people. Okay.
So what do you guys think with XRP price? Could we see some astronomical numbers between 10 and 35,000? I definitely think there's a world where we do see that. However, as I said in my cash out plans, I'm going to make myself financially secure, and if those things happen, then they do. That's great. And if they don't, then, well, that's a story for another day. I'm going to be cashing out on speculation and potentially buying back in if we get into another bear market. But as we get to those prices, I'll be transparent with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a really, really long one. I'm sorry for that. There's just so much to share on this Monday. If you've got any questions, as always, let me know in the comments section. I also want to say I've had my approval for monetization of my YouTube now. I don't really know what happens going forward. I think that ads may be played on my YouTube videos, or at least I get a share of some of the ads. So thank you very much for everyone who subs and comments on all my videos. I hope you enjoy the content. I'm going to keep it going, obviously, going forwards. But yeah, like I said, time to hodl. Have your cash out plan ready. I'm not saying cash out now by any means. I think we're about to go into the biggest euphoria phase you've ever seen. I know there's a lot of people saying there's going to be a Black Swan event. I'm telling you now, no one can predict a Black Swan event. If there is, there is. If there isn't, there isn't. You can't live your life thinking there's going to be one every day. But yeah, I think we're about to see a madness in the crypto space. Completely honest, completely transparent, my personal opinion. And I will speak to you all on the next one. Thank you very much for listening. Peace.